Well, hello and welcome to a book launch livecast from Ignite Press. This is honestly one of my favorite things to do because it is a chance for me to feature one of our amazing authors and a time to dive into their content and their book and the story behind their book. And so today I have a very unique author to bring to you. Stacy is a chiropractor. Stacy has incredible expertise, and she has packaged it up in a phenomenal book, The Supercharged Method, your transformation from fatigued to energized. And so without any further delay, I want to bring on the one, the only Stacey Francis. Stacy, good morning, good afternoon. How are you doing? This is an exciting day.
This is exciting. It's like birthing a baby. It is very exciting.
Well, I'm hoping it's not as painful as that.
Well, there were times where it was equally painful.
The process of writing a book and bringing it to market is it is no small undertaking.
Yes, and much longer than 9 months.
Yeah. Yeah, what was the gestation period on this? Like when did you start
like
thinking?
3 years, I think. It was a year longer than it was anticipated.
Oh my goodness. Well, you have poured so much into this, but first let's get into you. Tell us a bit about who you are so that our audience can understand that.
Okay. Well, I am Dr. Stacey Francis, and I am a chiropractic kinesiologist, which means I do muscle testing to determine imbalances in the body. But I'm also a functional medicine practitioner, which means I'm a detective, and I dive deep and figure out why people are feeling the way they're feeling, especially around fatigue or GI issues or brain fog, things like that. So that's what I do.
Okay, so let me get back in here. So we're both here. What was, like, you said 3 years, but what was the original idea behind the Supercharged Method?
It's been in the making for over 30 years. So
this is a career of creation here.
Right. And it's because this is a program that I've been working with my patients for as long as I've been in practice. And it is simple and it's doable, and people are not left hungry or deprived or feeling deprived. It is a food plan, but also a lifestyle plan, how to deal with your stress and how to get more water in and how to sleep better. It's the whole package to get people to really reclaim their energy, vitality, their clarity, their focus, and sometimes they lose weight. Oftentimes they do. But they really are balancing their weight is what they're doing. They're getting healthier. They're decreasing inflammation and controlling pain. So lots of wonderful things with the program.
Now, I would be remiss if I didn't let everyone know that actually today on book launch, there is a special, and you can get the Kindle version of the Supercharged Method on Amazon for 99 cents. So the Kindle version on Amazon for 99 cents. The paperback is there, of course, as well. But that is the 99 cents is the launch special, and that will be going away shortly. So you want to take advantage of that. Okay, so Stacy, let me ask you, who specifically, like, who is this for? I know you wrote this for your patients, like I know that, but obviously a book reaches so much further beyond a practice. So who did you write this for?
So I wrote this book for truly for people who are tired and are not finding answers, but also for people who are having trouble losing weight, stubborn weight, but also for the new generation who really has no idea how to eat a balanced diet without going to the next diet fad that's happening. And they're getting themselves in a very unhealthy situation by doing this and not really knowing what a really healthy, balanced diet is. This is not keto. This is not veganism. This is not, this is a very reasonable plan. And there are reasons we put in there of how to tweak it specifically for you. So we talk all about lab work in there because we're making this precisely your plan. You are creating your best lifestyle plan based on what we're finding out in this book, through this book.
Now, in fact, I'm glad you brought that up because so many people think that there's a one size fits all plan that's going to work for them. And of course, the diet companies and the diet industry wants everyone to think, hey, this one thing is going to work across all of these people. Talk a bit about why the lab work is important and how that works.
Right. So a lot of times the lab work will show us that there's deficiencies that we need to correct. And so we'll definitely be doing that. But it will also show us inflammatory markers. And if the body's inflamed, we really want to be detectives and find out why, where that's coming from. Oftentimes it's coming from food sensitivities or a reaction, an immune reaction to the thyroid gland. And these are all things that can make you tired, which is why you probably picked up the book in the first place. So it all ties together, and it allows us to, it allows the reader to look at their lab work that they can either do through a physician or they can order on their own, to look at these different factors and zero in on what would be the best for them based on their own personal profile. So it's really a great system. I can't hear you, Everett.
I muted myself because we're.
There you go.
Thank you. So the result of that has got to be a much better outcome, right? Instead of chasing and doing things that are really not specific to you, instead you can make these changes specific to you.
Right. Absolutely.
So when it comes to your book, The Supercharged Method, do you have a favorite? Like, was there a part of the book that kind of wrote itself, or maybe your favorite story? Or part of the book that you'd like to share?
Well, the whole book really wrote itself because there's a particular eating plan I put in there that I have been putting people on for so many years and getting such great results that I just keep doing it. And I felt that it was really important for more people to know how to do this. It's 1 serving of protein, 2 servings of vegetables every 3 to 4 hours in a 12-hour time period. You do that, and that starts off such a great base of launching you into a better eating plan so that you can kind of clean up the rest of it. So when you eat this way, you're getting your protein, which is so important for your muscles and your immune system. And then you're also getting all these nutrients from your vegetables that typically people don't get enough of. So it's going to plug the holes of mineral deficiencies and vitamin deficiencies and nutrient deficiencies that you may have had because you just were not eating vegetables. So we do that, and we hydrate people because a lot of fatigue comes from dehydration. A lot of fatigue comes from obviously not sleeping. And so we want to patch that hole too. So we take you step by step through this whole book. And we've actually taken the book and made it into a workbook for our next program with, it's a 6-week program called the Supercharged Method. And we walk you through every step of the way, and we use the book as a workbook. So it's pretty phenomenal.
Okay, and so Valerie commented, that it's an amazing eating plan.
Oh,
and
thanks, Valerie.
and honestly, I mean, it sounds like so much more than that. In fact, Malia had commented this. She said, conquering fatigue seems exhausting. Any tips on getting started on that journey?
Yeah, well, pick up the book.
That's good.
Yeah, but in the book, you will find the simple eating plan. You start there. You start drinking your water, and then you figure out your sleep. A lot of people have a lot of trouble falling asleep or staying asleep, and we have tips and tricks in the book to allow you to get more sleep. So start anywhere. Just start, and then if you need support, then you find your functional medicine practitioner or your doctor who is really open to these ideas. You share the book with them and say, can you help me through this? Can you support me through this journey? And I'm sure they'll say absolutely.
And so let me ask you to spill some of your secrets. Um, can you share just real quickly on just the sleep? You talked about tips as far as getting to sleep better, getting sleep more quickly, and staying asleep. Any tips you want to share there?
So
Honestly, this is
there's a
one near
lot,
and dear to my heart. So
there's a lot of them, but you know what? I get a lot of pushback on this one. A lot of people think I'll just try to wake up at the same time every day, and that's how I'll improve my sleep. But I'd rather you be more consistent of what time you go to bed. And I'd rather it be a reasonable time you go to bed and you make that the better habit and taking away the distractions right before you go to sleep. So you're not, when you are on your phone scrolling, especially social media, what you're doing is you're hitting your dopamine receptors, your reward centers, and that makes you think of what's next. What am I going to see next? And it keeps you up because you're like, what's next? I need to see what's next, and it doesn't allow you to calm down and get to that place where you can fall asleep. So it's better to do journaling or to read something happy and uplifting, listen to music that's happy and uplifting, um, and have really good habits before you go to bed and make sure that bedtime is consistent. That's my recommendation.
I think are great advice. I remember when the 4 Hour Work Week from Tim Ferriss first came out. I read
Love
that.
that book. Yes.
Yeah, and I just so appreciated it because one of the things that he had said, he goes, look, read fiction before you go to bed. Don't read nonfiction. And I think the advice was just kind of take you out of whatever your worries or concerns or things
Right.
might be, and just so put your mind in another world entirely. And I really appreciated that advice, and I think yours goes deeper. The funny thing is, you realize his was written in really before we had the scroll, the endless scroll of Instagram or TikTok or
Right.
Facebook or whatever.
Yeah.
So interesting. Um, so let me remind people again that the book is available. It is 99 cents right now, the Kindle version on Amazon. So definitely recommend that you pick that up. And by the way, when it comes to Kindle, if you're not used to reading a Kindle version, just so you have a Kindle reader on your phone already. It is on every tablet, and also they're available for every computer. So don't ever let that get in the way. But if you're not a Kindle reader, pick up the paperback by all means. You will not regret it. Now, Stacy, you had sent me a couple graphics that you wanted me to bring up. One of them I thought was interesting, which was this one, just about portion sizes. Can you walk us through this?
Yes, because I truly want you to know that it is a very simple thing to eat healthy. And you do not need to be carrying around measuring cups and measuring spoons in order to know an appropriate portion size. So you can use your own personal hand to evaluate a portion size. So this would be the palm of your hand, I don't know, over right here, would be the size of
I'm glad you clarified, because I was wondering if it was the whole hand.
no, okay. So this part,
It looks like
this
about a
part
9 ounce
is
steak.
your fish, chicken, turkey, and beef, right? And then this would be the size of vegetables, right? Approximately a cup of vegetables, right? And then this would be the size of like how much fat you would want. And I got it wrong. Two fifths are vegetables, and 1 cup hand is the higher glycemic carbs. So we separate low glycemic carbs that don't spike your blood sugar and the higher glycemic carbs that do. And so we keep those to a reasonable amount. Yeah.
Okay. And then a serving of fruit, cupped hand, serving of
Right.
fruit.
And a serving of fruit, right?
Okay.
It's about a half a cup. Yeah.
Now, my 6'7" son-in-law has
We'll have a bigger hand.
yes,
Right.
and that's okay because he's got a higher caloric intake or requirement than probably I do. Right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Wonderful. Yeah. How about this one here? So
Oh,
this is
yes.
from, and this may be hard to read, but I think we can interpret this. Here you've given a list of just options across the basic, across those food categories that you just described.
Right. I give this out practically, I give this out multiple times a day at my office when I'm teaching people about how to eat the supercharged method way. And you'll see first there's a list of proteins. And so you always want to have one serving of protein because it helps with your immune system and your muscle building and repairing. And then the next column is low glycemic vegetables. And you want to pick two of those to get plenty of different nutrients. And you're going to have just at the very minimum, the one protein and two low glycemic vegetables every 3 to 4 hours in a 12-hour time period. To that meal, you can add up to 2 fruit a day. You can add up to 2 heavier grains like rice or potato, or things like parsnip or carrots, which are higher glycemic vegetables, to the meal. And you can add a tablespoon of healthy, non-inflammatory fats to your meal. And that way, you're getting lots of different nutrients. You're getting everything you need. You don't feel deprived. You certainly do not feel hungry. And there's just no snacking. And that's something that people have to practice, is not snacking. You want to have enough in a meal to last you 3 to 4 hours. And then you just have another meal again. It's perfect.
Excellent. Okay, and then you've got one more here. Let's see here. There we
So,
go.
yeah. So we talk about labs. Now, you don't have to do your labs to follow the program, but I do talk about it because it does allow the program to be very much more personalized towards what you are going through at the moment. So when we look at labs, you have your optimal levels. And then as it gets out towards the outer edges of your optimal levels, you will still be within range on traditional lab work. And it's not until you're way out of that range that it will show up as a H, as in too high, or L, as in too low, on your traditional lab work. What we do as functional medicine practitioners is we watch you for those edges. If you're moving further away, we're going to pay attention, but we're going to start paying attention before we see the H or the L. We're going to look at that progression over time. Are you moving out of range or more towards an optimal range? Because if you're moving out away from the optimal ranges, then we're going to put something into play to help you bring you back to center. So it's just a really great way to look at labs and your health, right? We want to be optimal. We want to have optimal health.
Excellent. And so it's really not just a matter of waiting until you're not optimal, or just saying, hey,
Waiting until you're sick.
I'm in range, I'm fine. It's not just that. It's what's the trend, right? Where
it's the trend. And are you hanging out at the edges of the optimal range, or are you really set in the middle of them?
Yeah, excellent. So Stacy, how can people engage further with you, with your organization and your brand? Obviously, we want them to pick up the book, The Supercharged Method, and grab that at Amazon today. But if people want to reach out to you for speaking or other opportunities, what's the best way?
So I love speaking about health and wellness, and I've spoken for many organizations, and it's one of my favorite things to do. So if you have a group that is looking for a speaker on health and wellness, let us know. Go to www.specificwellness.com or info@specificwellness.com is our email address. And I love to speak for groups, so please do that. And I'm also looking to bring this program into schools. So if you're a principal of a school, please reach out, because we are teaching teachers and we're teaching students how to eat in a way that's really healthy. And we talk about mindset too, and how to look at your own body. So we're trying to get kids to stop looking at their bodies in a negative way.
Okay, excellent. By the way, another comment, yeah, actually a couple comments came in. Valerie says you have to try this method. So satisfying. And Jill put up a comment here. Just bought the Kindle version. Is there a course or anything we can take in order to learn more?
Yes, there is. And I'm so glad she brought it up because we are starting this 6-week program this July 25th. And it's going to, it has so much in it. It's going to go through each section of the book, but it will also have all about mindset. And if you have trouble overeating, we're going to talk about that. If you have bad habits, we're going to talk about that. We're going to really zero in on a really great lifestyle program to make it work for you and for you to get to your health goals.
Excellent. And is this something that is it
It's
live,
online.
virtual?
Anyone in any part of the world can attend it.
Excellent. How do they get registered for it?
Start by going to I think it's the superchargedmethod.com. I think you can go there. And if not, try specificwellness.com and we'll have a landing page there as well.
Excellent. I went ahead and put the Supercharged Method URL into the chat log for people.
Great. I hope it works.
To get there. And if not, then it is Specific Wellness.
Specificwellness.com. Yeah.
All right, then I will add that one too, because then we'll be covered.
Excellent.
Okay, excellent, fantastic. Well, I tell you, Stacy, this is an exciting day. We will be watching the progression of book sales today to see how things go. And obviously, I mean, for you, the most important part about the book is just it's the message, right? It's getting the message out to people in order to move the needle in their lives.
Right. And having them change their lives in a way that doesn't have to start with medication. Like, let's get healthy first and start changing habits and behaviors.
Yeah. And as while avoiding the diet and weight yo-yo, right? So excellent. Well, Stacy, thank you so much for joining me today. We have enjoyed working with you on this project, and it is exciting to see it here launching. I mean, you must be elated. For the viewers, by the way, Stacy shot a terrific video of her opening the book and doing a book reveal, and it really touched our hearts in the process. Honestly, one of our very favorite things. Well, terrific. Then let me go ahead and take us out, Stacy.
Thank you so much. And just a shout out to Ignite Press for just being so great and patient for it's writing a book is not an easy process, and you guys were super supportive. So thank you.
Well, you are very welcome. And thank you also for being just a wonderful client in the process. Just a joy. And we love your smile, for one thing, and how it's just always part of this. So thank you for being you, honestly.
Thank you.
All right. So if you would pick up your copy today of the Supercharged Method, Your Transformation from Fatigued to Energized, again on Amazon today, 99 cents. The paperback is there as well. And this is a fantastic gift for others because it is chock full of information. This is not some mini little ebook. And in fact, Stacy really poured her experience and knowledge into this. So definitely want to pick up this book. Thank you again for joining us on a book launch livecast. If you have a book and you're interested in getting it out to the world, if you've got a book that you think would move the needle for your business or brand, and you would like to see it out, online and everywhere, certainly reach out to us. You can find us at ignitepress.us. In fact, you can schedule a book consultation there, and I would be happy to talk with you about your book and about your plans. Again, thank you so much. Take care and God bless.